Pablito. You're live. All right, everyone. Good to see you this evening. We are all here and accounted for. And I am sharing the screen with another screen. We're also on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinecrest, some kind of game. Uh, hey, Kevin, how are you? Hey, Brian, you've been a workaholic. You need to take a day off so we can go ahead and do some work on your divisions. All righty. Now, if you're in Zoom, I'm also, like I said, I'm on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. What's the other one? Twitter, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinecrest, some kind of gaming room, and there's another one. LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook. Is there another one? Thought there was. So I know, Kevin, it's a little easier for you because I know Brian might be out and about doing some stuff. So can you look on your computer and see if we're on YouTube, and then see about Facebook? Because it says we are. Oh, what are that for? Over here. Have a seat, Pablo. Have a seat, Pablo. Have a seat, Pablo. Oh, I know how to do it. All right, guys. Before I get started here, it's 5 minutes. Give me a few more minutes here to go ahead and. This is the. I've had this system, but I haven't really decided to go ahead and. All right, Cedric. Nice to see you. How you doing? We got a few more minutes. All righty. Let's see. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Good. All righty. Looks like we're live. Okay. Good. All right. Cool. All right. Let's go ahead and get started here. Cool bananas. That's all right. Let's go ahead and get on moving. All right. Good evening, you guys. Tonight I'm on a different platform, so I'm also in Zoom and also. Hello. I got him. All right. Now on top of that, we want to let you know that got to go ahead and go over some things. Break out your pen, pad, papers, because tonight I'm going to go over some things with you that you probably either haven't heard, or I'm going to go in a little deeper with it tonight regarding the corporate credit. And also, again, you're going to see we're only one of the business credit people that actually give you an opportunity to make money if you wish. And then on top of that, you have other things to go ahead and do. So Without that, let's get going. All right, cool beans. All right. One of the things I want to let you know is that we talked about divisions. And one thing I wanted to go ahead and say is divisions are very, very good. All right, cool. All right. All right, says we're live, so we'll find out in a minute if we are or not. All right. All right, now, divisions. We talked about it the last 2 weeks, and the reason why I want to go over it again is to let you guys know and show you how powerful divisions are. We saw that one thing about Pfeiffer's, their drug company and things like that, and I was, what I want to go ahead and do is I'm going to play it next on Sunday again about divisions. But one thing you want to begin to understand for your business, divisions are really important so you can go ahead and develop a very powerful way to build your business credit in such a way that it makes a difference. So if anything happens, that's your line of defense. A lot of people always ask, hey, how come these other companies do this and they can get away with things? It's not that they're getting away with anything. Is that they set everything up properly the way it needs to be done, so when the time arises that they're ready to do something, so they can go ahead, as you want to say, get away with it. And they don't get away with it because they set it up ahead of time. Anyone that's going to get into business, and this is one thing that really has driven me nuts, and I guess because of the fact is, again, where you all heard a lot of my story, except maybe some of you, but the thing is that if you don't prepare in the beginning, that means you're already thinking small. And if you're thinking small, you're not going to grow. See, business credit is meant to grow, not to stop. Business credit is meant to grow and not to stop. And how you grow it is just not by your main company or your LLC or division. How you grow your business is through divisions. Divisions helps you expedite exponentially your business credit because there's a way to daisy chain it and also to go ahead and have it manufactured to where it actually does not have to go ahead and reapply for some of the credit that you've already applied for through the parent. But there's a way to set it up. But everyone always wants to figure it out. It's like this. Well, if I tell you, look at, just start driving east and take Highway 40, and you're going to end up in Florida. And then when you hit Florida, I'm going to tell you where to go. Well, no, I need to know where I'm going first. No, you don't. Because you won't even follow the directions. See, a lot of you don't really follow the directions that you're given to even win with. And it's okay. I laugh because I get called. The reason I say I laugh, because this week I got several calls about, hey, what about this? What about that? And I said, let me ask you, did you finish the first step yet? Well, no. Well, then why are you worried about step 5? So it's kind of like this. If you're not willing to do what it takes to get your business credit, you have no right to complain. You paid to get instructed. Well, until you get instructed, instruction means follow the instructions. Not like, okay, I'm going to give you 10 steps ahead of time, because you'll try to do stuff, and I've been doing this since 1985. And the reason why I know what you're going to do, because I did it. I did all the mistakes you're going to end up doing as a person that might have business credit already established, and you figure, okay, great. Even if you have $1.5 million, the reason why I use that, some guy on YouTube brags about, I got $1.5 million in business credit lines, and he personal guaranteed all of them. So I don't know, man. I don't know what to say about that, but kind of crazy. But he could actually take those cards that he has and put those in divisions, and there's a way to do it. So the fact that he can go ahead and take those cards and actually have those cards be eventually that are just attached to the divisions only without even going through the credit process. But everyone wants to, what do I do next? First, set up the divisions. You got to set up the divisions first. No division, you're not going to go anywhere. A lot of you can set up divisions online overnight. Some of you might have to mail in. I tell people if you don't want to pay for the service, they have services that each one's different. Each county's different. I mean, each state's different. And each county's different. Some places are going to go ahead and charge you $50 for expedite if you do it online. Some will charge you $30 if you just mail it in. Well, if you haven't got a division, in the last 3 months, meaning if your business just opened in 3 months, you just say you just incorporated or you just got an LLC in 3 months, no worries. But if you had a business over 2 years already and don't have any divisions, man, just mail it in. Just mail it in. If you're willing to wait, and that's not important to you to realize that you, see, here's the thing. If you really say what you're up to and what you want, you'll follow the directions. Say, okay, great, I got them already. Whether you pay the $50, each state's different. Each state has a different name for them. Some are called DBAs, some are called divisions, some are called trade names, some are called so on and so on. They're just different names. So you just got to remember what you're building is a line of defense, because you, again, when you see this Sunday again, you're going to see some stuff you missed in there probably the first time. But you're going to see why it's important to have and understand what the SS4 is. The SS Form 4 is the one that actually provides for you in a healthy way, because debt follows tax ID. Debt follows tax ID. And what I mean by that is that whatever happens to a division that's underneath your main business, even if it's a DBA of you, is a DBA of you if you're using your social security number for the DBA. You don't want to use your social security number for the DBA. You're going to get a tax ID. But that's only temporary. You only want to get that for, guess what? You only want to get that for about 6 months and then move it over to a company, because by then you'll have some business credit to go ahead and deal with getting your corporation or your LLC. Now, you guys know what my thoughts are about LLC. It's not even how I feel about LLCs. It's the fact that the LLCs are just really temporary unless they're set up properly for the full protection. Now, the line of defense is really important because of the fact you can build any. In fact, if a lot of people have any, let me say, egos, you can name the business after you if you wish. They're down here at least, not the top. Your top eventually is going to, that's all it does is build credit and gives it to the children, because the children are the one that are going to multiply your grandkids and great grandkids and so on and so on and so on. They'll keep generating for you. That's why I say why divisions. Another why divisions is because the SS form gives you the power of protection, because debt follows the tax ID. Now, if you co-sign for it, it's not going to protect you. You've got to understand getting no PG, which no personal guarantee, or you're going to PG it. As I would tell you to say, you're going to PG something, I would say, okay, great. I would say go ahead and PG it, because we can go ahead and get you out of the PG, but it's going to take about 18 to 24 months to get you out of it, because it has to be some seasoning process, which is nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with doing that. So I just want to let you know you can get yourself out of it. And the thing is that you can go ahead and make yourself, if you decide to PG, I only tell my clients they're going to PG, I give them certain cards to go with, because they'll allow you to go ahead and get out of the PG, as long as the company follows what they're looking for. And they tell you what they're looking for. That's the whole joke behind it. Everything they tell you, what I'm telling you, all of you can really find out, but a lot of you want to know how come, why. You're really going to have to understand, when you build your business credit, it's like anything else in life. It's wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off, wax on, wax off, and then finally get upset, mad, and all of a sudden you're doing stuff. Well, oh, I see. I understand. See, a lot of you also, when we're teaching you, we teach you the wax on process. Go get this next, or call me when you get it done. I mean, we have a process, we'll do it for you, but then you have to turn certain things over to us so we can go ahead and do it for you. But if you're going to do it on your own, you cannot complain or say, oh, well, it's not this or not that, or, whatever. The thing is, if you're not going to follow the instructions, I can't force you. Now, if you pay us to do it, then I definitely expect, okay, great, we'll do it for you, because that's what we do. The reason why we want you to learn, the purpose and reason behind you learning, is because there's going to be a time in your life that you're going to need to understand how to create a new tax ID number, how to create another division, how to isolate, disconnect, and incorporate a division so it doesn't come and bite you because someone wants to sue that division. or it needs to go ahead and file bankruptcy, whatever it needs to do. See, what we want to do is let you know there is ideas behind everything, but also another thing is this: we want you to understand is that you want to plan on the problems. You want to plan on the problems. There's always something that goes wrong. You're going to plan on it. I mean, it does. I mean, and there's some people that have been in business here. They've been in business, and some have been in the real estate business, and they've been beat up, burnt by some people, you know. And that's the other side that we do is real estate, because you're going to find out what's one of the areas that we talk about. But one thing about that is this: guess what? There's times it seems to be dry, 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 dry. Deals come in, all of a sudden they fall out. Deals come in, then they fall out. I mean, it's happened to me in this last 3 weeks. My God, I had the board with some, three on there, and every one of them, the guy sold the house, sold the other house. The other guy said, well, he found a better deal to do a flip, so he got out of the other one. Doesn't realize that the process has to start all over again. So what I'm letting you know is it's just how it goes. But then when it pops, it pops. It's like this. A lot of you know when you start doing something, and it doesn't work at first. Either you can't quit after a couple hours or a couple of days. Everything takes about 6 months, 90 days to kind of get you seasoned enough to realize, okay, I got to keep doing this. It's like going to the gym. You're sore at first, and all of a sudden, 90 days, you go, oh, wow, I don't feel that pump anymore. I don't feel. So you have to change your routine or go, okay, I got to up the weight. Whatever you got to do. You change the time you work out because your body gets smart. It's the same thing. Your mind gets sharp while this is going to happen, but if you change the time when you do things and change the way you say something. In fact, let me give you this. There's some things that we were doing the other day, and I had some of my people in my last class. They were here helping me call because the other person I'm working with is a little busy right now, and he can't make the calls that we need to make. So they were helping me make some calls, and I heard they were saying the same thing, and they were doing pretty good. And so they were doing better than I was. So finally, I changed it up, and here's what I said. Someone asked, well, what do you guys do there? And I said, I changed it from saying, well, real estate investors, because that just seems like, oh, when you say I'm a real estate investor, most people I realize are hearing that you want to go ahead and just chop the price down on the real estate. So I said, we're in the servicing business to see how fast you can move, how fast you want to move your property, and we're also in the servicing part where we can go ahead and see what we can do for you, so you can move it as quick as you want and get the value you're really looking for. Bam! The person says, "Right on, that's awesome." Then we started talking. So now then what happened? I said, you know what? The person who handles this is Johnny, and Johnny's free. So let me put you over to Johnny. So Johnny's a closer. See, that's why in the training when we had we have the AVs, VAs, the virtual assistants, they would call. All of a sudden they call you on your phone and say, I got someone on the phone for you. All right, then you talk to them. And I realized, you know what? Now the big difference is saying you're in the service business, because you are. The minute you mention you're a real estate investor, but they think you want to go ahead and just take them from the value of the house to chop it down to 10%. You get 90, they get 10. So I'm just telling you, those are the things that happen as you keep going. Now, another thing is this. You see this guy with a creative idea? These are the guys with the idea that it just came. It came to me saying, you know what? I wonder if that could be the problem. And the problem is that people, you hear real estate investor. And how I know that, because the call before, the lady said, well, I don't know, because, you're an investor. And I said, well, let me ask you a question. I said, ma'am, what does it mean to you about real estate investors, the way you said it? See, these are the things people don't think of. Like when you're building your business credit, people call in and say, hey, I want to get a card for my division. Man, for the way you ask people, and this is another thing. We have a class on it, but in other words, I'll say the same thing that you'll say, but I'll say it in a different way, because this is what I do for a living. So one of the things I'll ask when I come, hey, I need some help. What's that? Well, we have your card, and they'll ask for your card number, and you give them your card number, and they'll say, okay, great. And then on top of that, they say, what are you looking to do? I said, well, you know, we have a division, and it's named Susie Johnson Inc. or Susie Johnson, because a DBA of a corporation is a DBA of a corporation. A DBA of an LLC is a DBA of an LLC, and a DBA of you is a DBA of you if you're using your Social Security number. It's still a DBA of you if you use the tax ID, but all the debt will be under the tax ID if you do it properly, like we show you. Now the thing is that when you call and ask them for a card, they'll help you with it. What's the division name? And also, a lot of people loose lips sink ship. They just want to keep babbling on like the Tower of Babel. No, that's not what you do. You say, well, no, all your divisions will not have any tax IDs right away. That's why you want to get the cards right away before the tax IDs. A lot of you don't understand why you don't want the tax ID, because of the fact is, the minute you have a tax ID, then you just shot yourself in the foot. You wanted to get all those cards to those divisions before you get tax IDs. The divisions were going to have your same business address, same business phone number, same business email that the main parent company has. But if you get a tax ID, you're going to ruin it. You get a DUNS number, you're going to ruin it. So do not on your divisions at first right away. You've got to do some things first before you do that. It's like prep. You got to prep. You got to prep. All right? So that's why I say why divisions. Divisions help you go ahead and establish more credit. For instance, if you have, let's say you have $100,000 in business credit up here. Well, you can get about 80% of that down here. So 80% of 100,000 is 80,000. So 80, 80, and 80. So 4 times 80 is what? 4 times 80 is what? Isn't that over $250,000? Think about it. 4 times 80,000. Well, what's 4 times 8? 4 times 8. You know what it is. It's 300. I mean, not 300. 3. What you want to begin to look is this. You got 480,000 apiece. Now let me ask you, what would you do with an extra $320,000? Because it will eventually it won't be guaranteed. But how does it happen? You got to do the process, because the process, you'll see in the process why it happens. Because once you do the whole process, you're able to call back, and there's things that you can go ahead and ask for, and they'll go, oh, no problem, because you set it up right. If you set it up wrong, they'll know. That's why I say divisions. Divisions is your line of defense to build your credit. If your main company has $30,000 and you don't have divisions, you shot yourself in the foot already, because it's going to take about 90 to 120 days for all of it to manifest and do itself properly. See, everything in building business credit, if you're not going to do PG, if you're not going to personal guarantee, that's why it takes long. If you're going to personal guarantee, you can do it right away. See, this is what I'm talking about. People tell me, there's no PG. Well, if you want microwave to go ahead and personal guarantee, do what you're going to do, and good luck. Then good luck in getting out of it. Now, if I say, well, you really want a PG, I say, well, okay, we have to go take these cards, and these cards, do these cards, and do these cards, and these cards. Then, in 24 months, you set them up properly, we can get you out of it, which means the company will let you roll yourself off the as a personal guarantee, because it's set up right. Or what they'll do, they'll keep the same account, they'll close the account that was personal guaranteed, float it onto a new account, they'll carry the debt over to a new account, just to the company. There's many ways you can get it done, but the thing is, how you do it is the most important thing that you're looking at to do. Now, here's a lot of things people are building their business. One thing that I'm really surprised at is this. A lot of people, now last night I had a webinar last night. A lot of people say this. You can ask them some things, and right here you look at this, they'll say, great. Hey, you know what, I want to go ahead and get business credit, I'm ready to get started, and you tell them, let's say it's $9.99. It's too much. But yet, buy a new iPhone, and guess what? $9.99 is no problem. Hello? You're investing in something you're going to get 10 times your money back in credit. 10 times. And this is what I laugh. They'll say, okay, to $1,000 is too much for a new business, but not $1,000 for a iPhone. No problem. They'll go and hawk their tennis shoes. Also, you want to buy groceries, $100. It's too much. But a dinner and drink, $100, no problem. Tell me how goofy that is. Here's another one. Netflix, 2 hours, 1 or more episodes. Learning a new skill. Building a business credit is like going to college. A lot of you that went to college, are you still in college? You're going to college hoping that you're going to make some money when you get out. Here, you learn a new skill. You say, I don't have time. But you have time to sit down and watch Netflix for 2 hours. Trashing the brain, not stretching it. All I'm going to tell you is this. The second wave is coming, and I already predicted it before. I'm going to say it's coming. They're going to close it down again. You don't have to believe me. Just sit back and watch, and then that's when it's going to come out again, like I said, like last time. The people that didn't join all of a sudden want to join. Hey, I need to build my business credit now because this, that, and the other thing. I need money. Well, you're going to get your money now if you start now because it's getting close again. The numbers are getting close. So they're going to end up just closing it again for a month. But how many of you can survive a month, 2 months, or 3 months, or a whole year? Again. This is why I say, look, life is about choice. Stop blaming lack of opportunity. Opportunity is always there. But the thing is that it's a perfect example. You'd rather spend 2 hours just sitting around watching Netflix. Trust me, don't you think I like to sit around? Here, if I watch anything, I do it for about 30 or 45 minutes before I go to bed. And sometimes it's at midnight, so I'll do 45 minutes to 1:45. And then I'm up at 4:30. Alarm goes off, or 5 at the latest. So I just want to let you know, these are the things that it takes to what you're going to do in life. Building a business credit, that's what I'm saying. If you got 2 hours a day somewhere, or 2 hours a week, or maybe 4 hours a week, 2 here, or maybe an hour here, an hour there. Building your business credit is like studying. You're going to definitely need to study. Also, another thing is this. A lot of people. Do you know this guy here? Do you know who this man is? Who can tell me who this guy here right here is? Whoops. Not him. There we go. Who's this guy right here? This is Jeff Bezos in 1999. So next time you want to give up, think of this. Look what Bezos started. In fact, my office, when I first started out, if you could take a look at those 2 big windows, it was half the size of that office. Half the size of this office. And I had a desk like that, but the receptionist sat there, and I sat at a small little desk. I let her sit there. In fact, we had a closet that this is funny. We had a closet to where we used that as the interview room. I mean, seriously. And they come in there every chair and be looking around, and they go, "This is your room?" I said, "Yeah, this is just a small room." And we took all the stuff out so it didn't look like a closet, but it was. And she said, "Yeah, it was pretty interesting." So yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Bezel already started thinking. This is where you show that you're thinking big. Even if you work out of your house, this is your think big, because a lot of people don't understand when you work out of your house. You know, maybe your family doesn't understand unless they've been in that entrepreneur thing. If they're always used to working for somebody, they have no idea what it takes. And actually the energy it takes to work out of the house, to stay disciplined, to stay in a room and keep doing things, working on stuff. You have an hour for this, 2 hours for that. They don't really understand the discipline, what it takes to go ahead and do something, to stay in that room, not go out and just wander around, because you don't have free time. When you're doing your own stuff, you do not have free time. Like today, had the people calling. That's a huge deal. 3 hours of calling. Now we got stuff mailed out. We got stuff, people that are interested. Now we have to send out the contracts. So we're doing all that stuff. Well, we'll see what's going to happen with those. And then there's a person that I have, my partner out in Minnesota. I said I'll send them the contracts once they sign them. And then if they do sign them, then I'm going to have a follow-up on them. Or have them follow up on the other ones. Because of the fact is follow-up, follow-up, follow-up. In fact, I had someone today call that was in the file that Minnesota has. And that was on Sparrow Point in El Paso. And they called back and they said, you know, I want to talk to you about your offer. They didn't quite understand it because they had a lot of other people on there. They've been on the market for 145 days. So they finally said, okay, great. You know, your offers, I don't understand. That's why I didn't call you. But okay, I really need to get rid of this. I can't make the payments anymore. It's too tough. This, that, and the other thing. And that's what I'm saying. You've got to build a pipeline in whatever you're doing in your business. So you got to build a pipeline in building your business credit. And Bezos is a good example to show you. See, a lot of people look at people now, how they're doing now, but they're not realizing where did they start. They all started just like each and every one of us. I started, trust me, I started in a real small office and in a garage for a while. I told some of you know about that story. And I'm telling you, it's if you really listen to people talk, you almost want to quit and go work at McDonald's. But no, people don't realize the discipline it takes. And I applaud you because when people come to us and sign up with us, I don't treat you as a beginner. I treat you, and I have my listening in my head about you is that you're a Fortune 500. You're a CEO just like Bezos and Steve Jobs, bless his soul, because he passed already, or Cook, or Walmart. You're just like them. You just need to catch up to them. That's it. That's all. But you've got to be willing. You got to pay. You got to pay to play in life. Do you think Bezos didn't play? Well, how I paid this. If you're looking for instant gratification, the only instant gratification you get is eat a chocolate brownie. That's going to be your instant gratification right there. That's why one thing about it, a lot of people know that I'm just really square about it because here's the thing. You want to complain, then I'm going to ask you, where have you been? What have you done? You have your division set up? You have this set up? No. Well, you never told me. Really? I never told you? I'll come to the meetings. I tell you, do the divisions. Have you done the divisions? Have you mailed them out? Do you send me information that you mailed them out? Everyone is, you're supposed to, one of the things that you need to do, your due diligence as a CEO, sent it out. Okay, great. Got it. So if I'm going to be your teammate, you got to give me as a teammate information. Send it out. All right. It's been a week. Did you get it back yet? No, not yet. Okay. Let me know when you get it back. Cool. Because then we can start doing the process. And this is how I know how serious you are about it because if you don't, when someone's serious, there's no excuse on the planet. And believe me, you don't think I have my days and sometimes? Oh my God, it's like, what? It's like, it's you keep banging and banging and banging and banging. So what the heck? And finally, you know it's going to break loose. But that's the experience coming in. Okay, you know, what is it going to take to get through them? You know what? Just get the divisions done. Send me the filing that you did. Show me so I know what to do so I can put it in your file so I can look at your file and say, hey, okay, great. This is what it is. This is what I need. Okay, great. Oh, did it come in yet? No, not yet. Okay, great. Then you send me the notice when it comes in. So I put that in your file. See, if you're not willing to communicate, you're not going to get anywhere. You're not going to be able to do it without having a coach. That's why do you think people hire coaches for? Why do you think a basketball person hires a coach? Why do you think a lot of those great basketball players have a coach that has a pot belly and never shot a basket in their life, but yet they have a distinction that they don't have? They're able to go ahead and look at you and tell you when your foot pivots this way, you're not going to make it. You've got to keep your foot this way. So he has to make 100 shots keeping that foot in a certain place. Or when you go ahead and move your shoulder a certain way, it's not going. They can see you. They can't shoot a basketball to save their life, but they can look at you and tell you, bang, that's where we come in. And if it's your loss, if you don't use it when you have us as your coach, you cannot complain. They don't work if you're not willing to use the coach and say, okay, great. I need to set up a time for an hour. I got my divisions in. I'm sending them to you. Here you go. Okay, cool. All right, we'll take 1 hour to do the division because I got to call in, talk to them, and I get authorization from you to do it. I call in and I say what I have to say. And then boom. And then if it's enough time, I'll say, hey, you know what? Can I add another one? Absolutely. Your thing, again, is divisions. This is how your division will look when you first start out. The yellow right here. That's your business right here. Your business has whatever it has now. You have now 3 divisions on the bottom that you actually get formulated. From there, we start birthing the children. Here what happens, you get a card to each one, which now that main company that's building the business credit now has the division. They're pregnant. They're going to start delivering pretty soon. They deliver pretty quick, anywhere 90 to 120 days. But you got to feed it right. You got to structure it right. You got to set it up right. All I want to let you know, when the minute you give it a card, the birth begins. But now all the cards that you already have, we're going to get as many on there as we can on each division. Now, for some of those you that say you can't get American Express, I'm going to challenge some people out there, some of the students. Because you say, well, this happened, that happened. If I get American Express, you're going to give me 75% in cash what they give you on a credit line if I get it. 75% I'm going to charge you for you saying you can't get it, and they won't give it to you. And then on top of that, to get it to your division. Why? Call my bluff. Call my bluff. All of you out there. Come on, my old students, please. Those you say, I can't get one. Well, guess what? I'm going to get satisfaction. Absolutely. The Rolling Stones are going to get satisfaction. I say this because that's what I'm saying. You learn from what the coach can do, and the coach can show you, so when you go back in the game, you're able to do it. See, a coach has many distinctions, and you sometimes turn the rein over. Now, there's some things you have to do, and sometimes some things you haven't done. Sometimes we're a little heavy, but it's okay. We'll get there. See, if you use your division, you can get credit. And let's say your main mother company has, on the business experience, the credit's too high in one area. What we do is we get to if you have the division can get a credit line, and then the credit line, they can go ahead and give it and pay off the credit line is making your business so heavy. So now your main business is not so heavy, so it can start getting its credit lines too. There's many ways to do this, but you've got to be willing to play the game. Now, like we talked about earlier, one thing I want to let you know again, divisions. Also about ideas. And let's see. There we go. Like I have here, divisions. You have 4 points of income on a division. You have 4 points of income on a division. 4 points on a division. You have division, which is real estate. Wonder why they made it so small. Divisions. 4 points of income. You want to remember. Here's the noisemaker right here. That's Pablito. Pablo. Okay. Pablo. Look at Pablo. Then we have a bunch of other dogs. All right. So now the 4 points of income is one. I'm telling you, this is where every person, Bezos, again, read their book, study them. Success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. Any business, whether big, small, or however you want to consider small, if you don't do real estate in your business, you will not make as much money, because everyone that does business, that does real estate, makes business because that's the way to go. And if you understand how money works really, really well if you understand how to make it work for you. Because here what we have done, we've done it to where we're private money lenders, And what we do for in the business, we give people the opportunity to go ahead and have one of their, if you don't have a division now, the division here, your division becomes a money connector. Even if you don't have a division now. Even if you say, well, I haven't even started up my business, then guess what? We'll go online together. Because this is one place we don't charge you. Everyone else charges you to teach you how to be a money broker. How to be a money broker in the real estate end of it. This is the quickest way and the fastest way to make money on doing the loans. Especially only for the people that flip, rehab houses, and buy, where they go ahead and flip, they just buy and do a, we call it lipstick, and they get rid of a property. They flip it really quick because it doesn't need that much. It's just cosmetic. But you have the money. Your business will have the money. The reason why we say it is some of you use money as an excuse. So we've taken away the excuse. So the idea is that your divisions can go ahead and take the away excuse what you have here. Well, lack of opportunity. I don't have any money. Here's the thing. We're not asking you to invest money. We're asking you to go ahead and make yourself some money. Then you have the money to invest so you don't have to take away from your 40-hour job. And you know what job stands for? Just over broke. Remember, if you're going to have a lack of opportunity, it's not with us. When you say, well, I don't know nothing about it, that's okay. We'll teach you. We'll show you. That's the training. You get the training for free. And people say I shouldn't give it away for free because you don't go ahead and have skin in the game. They said I should go ahead and charge you. Then after you do one deal, then we give your money back because of the fact you did the deal. So you have skin in the game. I said, no, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do this way until out in the world they prove me wrong. Because if they think free, it must be cheap, doesn't work, then that's on you. But a lot of you don't understand that there's a lot of power when you know that you're the money connector, and anyone's looking for money for real estate. This is why you come into the classes to train, because now you can. Let me ask you. Here it says 2 hours. Learn a new skill, 2 hours. This will be like a new skill set in some areas because you're going to have to add and subtract and do division and multiply. All right? That's the new skill. Yeah, you get to use a calculator. You can cheat if you wish. All I want to say to you is your division becomes the money connector. And what happens is this, that what if you made anywhere between $1,000 to $6,000 extra in a month? For some of you, $6,000, oh my God, I've never tasted that. That's okay. Now, how about an extra $1,000? I'm going to tell you, for $6,000, if you put in about 8 hours, 2 solid hours on a weekend, 2 on a Saturday, if you want, do 2 on a Sunday, or just 2 on a Saturday, 2 on 4 Saturdays, 8 hours. Do a little Facebook ad, LinkedIn, YouTube ad, Craigslist ad, all those places like that. That's what you do. We even give you the templates. We even give you the templates. We even give you the templates. Because this is the reason why we give you the templates. We really don't want you to have to think. And there's no money. Here's the thing. The only thing you're going to have to spend is business cards. Unless you get them free. Then get them free. Because I'm going to tell you this, because we're almost done here. This is the reason why we actually done this for you. Because here's the thing. Again, a lot of you say, you know what? I'd rather spend $1,000 on a phone than start a business. All right. Now what are you going to say? We're going to give you the money. You'll even have a certified letter of funds for your client saying they have the funds for the house. See, this is one of the reasons why I say, tell me you have no money for a business. If you tell me you don't have $49 to buy your set of cards, then we need to talk. If you're telling me you rather spend $100 on dinners and drink than buy something healthy for yourself, we got to talk. If you rather watch Netflix for 2 hours instead of learn a skill that will make, I promise you, if you can say, hey, this is what I have. I'm a certified private money lender, which will get certified by us. And this is what we have. You hand them a sheet. That's it. Then you'll learn to ask 5 questions. Do you have this? Okay, do you have this? Okay, do you have this? Do you have this? And do you have this? Then you do your little figuration. We can go ahead and do it. But I can say right here, you can learn and you can see that you can make anywhere between $1,000 to $6,000 lending other people's money. You have OPM. The reason why I'm saying to you why I want you to lend our money is because of the fact the money that we get to generate from what we lend out, we're able to do that and get more money. So the more money you lend for us, the more money we make. Which means this, we're able to go ahead and borrow more money and they give us more money to lend so you can lend more money. So the more money you have to lend, the more money you can make. It works both ways. The reciprocation is this. We're assisting you using our money so you can make money. OPM. The best part, you don't need a degree or a license, and guess what? And you can work from home or anywhere else in the world. I don't care if you're in Afghanistan. Just take cover. And I'm not joking about that either. The reason why I'm going to show you something on Sunday, I'm going to put a lot of you probably to shame because there's someone actually doing it. And my hat's off to her. I just want to let you know, folks, you've been blessed to have an opportunity in life, yet alone, we're willing to go ahead and teach you because it's going to benefit you. Why? You make yourself money to go ahead. Here's what we're looking for from you. When you make your money, you sign up with us. So you don't have to touch the money you're using for your house. This extra money. So let's say you made an extra $3,000. All right. So you sign up. It's not so one-time sign up. I'm not saying it's $3,000. So you have some money left over for the family. So next month you do it again. I'm going to tell you, when you do your first one, something happens to you. I can't tell you. I have people now, they knew nothing about this. They're good at marketing. They do this, and they just, wow. This is an opportunity that gives you a reason not to say you don't have a new skill. And when you're learning a new skill, it's not a lack of opportunity. You can't blame anybody because now you have the money to go out there and say, hey, this is what I have. And it's phenomenal what's been going on out there. The only reason why I say this to you is because I want to let you know we really do want you to succeed. And to succeed with us is one of the most important things that we really, really want you to do. Why? Because if you don't succeed, we don't either. And I'm going to tell you, one of the reasons why we came up with this is because we definitely wanted you to go ahead and not have an excuse to why you do not succeed, why you won't succeed, or I don't have the money right now. All the excuses gone. You've got to just go ahead and dedicate anywhere 2, 4, 6, 8 hours in a whole month, extra 8, nothing else, nothing crazy. You can do it from home. Yeah, you heard me. You can do it from home. And on top of this, you're able to go ahead and generate something that you could not generate before because you didn't have other people's money to do it with. You're using our money to generate your business credit and build your business credit by using the money that we have available for you to go ahead and make a difference in your family's life. Why? Again, why would you not take advantage of an opportunity that works for you? Because now this is once in a lifetime where you can't say, well, that's too much. Is it too much to go ahead and spend 2 extra hours? Is it too much to go ahead and say, oh my God, I didn't, they took the excuse. You got to, here's one thing that I really realized. I was reading one of the, I think it was in Apple. Apple said The reason for some people, now the reason means it's not like the all end all be all reason. But he said one of the reasons why people make the money they make is because they have a thermometer in their head that tells them how much money they can make. And once they start making that kind of money, they stop making that money. And you say, what do you mean? Well, they stop making that money because they hit a plateau. Because you have a thermometer in your mind that tells you how much money you can make. It tells you how much money you can make. And then you stop there. You go, wow, no, it can't be. Yes. In other words, if you're only used to making 100,000, you've got to break that ceiling because you're stuck with that ceiling. That ceiling tells you, well, that's all you can make, and then you got to push through it. That's why I told people, breaking your first million, you get beat up. In fact, when you break your first 100,000, now either making it or building your business credit. The reason why a lot of people don't build business credit because they're afraid. They're afraid, oh my God, what am I going to do? I had people really freak out on me when they got to $200,000. Oh my God. I mean, what am I going to do? Up to $1 million? I had people say, no, cancel everything. I said, what? You said you wanted $1 million in credit. Yeah, but you're not going to spend it all at one time. Yeah, I know, but they were just like I'm talking sweat running down their face. I mean, you can see it in their eyes. It was like the fear of God. I said, man, what's going on? They weren't ready. See, a lot of you aren't ready. You say, oh, yes, I am. It's because you're not confronted with it. Here's the thing. When you're ready, you do everything and anything you can to get your coached. Hey, I need you here. I need you here tomorrow. What time can you be here tomorrow? What time can you be here tomorrow? What time do you do this tomorrow? Da-da-da-da. You're all over your coached because you're not going to be settling. You rather complain than settle. See, people complain about what they don't have versus what they really are up to. See, you want to know what you're up to? See what you complain about. What you complain about is what you're up to. And that's how simple it is. That's why I say when I tell you, when people, these people called and they're going to do this and that and the other thing, I'm telling you what they're up to, what they call and complain about, and I laugh because I hear myself from years ago. Every one of you has not said anything new underneath the sun. If you know anything about the Bible, Ecclesiastic, you have said nothing underneath the sun that I have never heard. Or, guess what? This hasn't been done somewhere out there that I don't know of, but it's been done. You're human, and you're part of this human race, and guess what? There is no around it. There is no around it. You are part of the human race, and you're not going to get around it. So I just want to really let you know that don't be surprised, but you know what? Anything that you're doing and anything that you might complain about, guess what? It's already been done. It's already been said. Everybody and everybody has already done it. So guess what? That's how it goes. So I just want to say also, if you're really interested in what needs to be done for your business, or you're interested in becoming a money connector and making yourself a little extra money so you can go ahead and build your business, or if you can go ahead and get a rehab business yourself and use the money, we show you how. What I just want to let you know is this. One of the most important things that you can go ahead and do is do nothing. Because what you do today and you do it tomorrow, you'll do it the next day. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always be where you've always been. And this is one of the things that I really want to let you know, is that you don't have to be stuck. We're here for you to be your coach and look from your perspective to see what's missing for you, in which will make a difference in the moment. Why? Because what you do in the moment is going to make the difference for your future 90 days from now. And most people really don't understand that. And I want to let you know for a fact, it does. What you didn't do today is going to show up 90 days from now. See, most people don't realize it's a 90-day cycle in life. It's a 90-day cycle in life. What you don't do today will show up in the future. What you missed today will show up. So I just want to really let you know, I'm excited to be with you. I'm excited that some of you decide tomorrow you'll be in the training. I know some of you are in here. But I want to let you know that I'm really proud of you, the ones that have been doing that. And most of all, what I want to let you know is it's really awesome that you are able to go ahead and have an opportunity for yourself. See, this opportunity is not for me. This opportunity is because we believe in you. If we take away your excuses and you have the money to go get your money, here, we're giving you money to go make money. We're giving you money that people like to borrow money to go ahead and do real estate with. They're going to go ahead and buy a property, fix it up, and flip it and sell it. But you're going to lend them the money so they can do it, so they're making the money because you lend it to them. What more could you ask for? You make money because you're going to lend money, someone else's money, and they're going to let you make money off their money because the person's going to flip or fix the house is going to make money because the money you lent them to make the money. It's a win-win. You make your money so you can start building your business credit. Now you take all the excuses away, and once you start getting a taste, you go, wow, I can do another one. Yes, you can. Then you can start asking for referrals. Some of you that don't talk or are afraid of people, you can mail. Today we emailed over 200 real estate agents with a real simple flyer. Email. Tomorrow we're going to text them. And then we're also, next day, we're going to send that stuff out in the mail to them. But then I got to switch to something else because I got to get back on developing doing the texts to the people that are for sale by owners. I haven't had a chance to do that in almost a week. So I got to get back on that again, except today. So what I want to let you know, go to corporatecredit-blueprints.com. Go to www.corporatecredit-blueprints.com and put in there, want to attend the training. Or give us a call at 888-471-4252, extension 2001. Again, 888-471-4252, extension 2001. Or give us a call at 877-819-0891. 877-819-0891. Give us a call there too. Tell us you want to register. We'll sign you up. We'll send you the link. All I want to say is thank you for your time. Thank you for being who you are. And thank you for all of you that's been in here and working with us. So thank you very much. And most of all, have a great evening.